Does anyone else do that?
Yes.
No. She was trying to tell me how the negative energies around me were so heavy and making my life so complicated. By the way, if a medium or so-called medium or psychic ever approaches you without having a prior conversation in a group, starts telling you that you're possessed by a demon, or wants money to remove a spell from you, it's a scam. The oldest scam in the book. Okay? Been around for possibly hundreds of years. Okay? Don't ever. You should initiate your reading always. As a sitter, you
Mama.
should always be the one that says, I want you to read me, especially if you're paying. Okay? Now, they might offer you in the group, they might say, I'd be willing to give you a reading. And then you could say, okay, great, message me. That's fine because you've had a prior conversation. But if some person just messages you out of nowhere, you have no idea who they are, you've never seen them before, they just start telling you that you're possessed by demons or your energy's too heavy or whatever. Okay. Thanks, Leslie. All right. So as we get going here, readings. I'm going to set the intention with my spirit guides now. I'd like to ask my spirit guides to step forward and help me bring through any spirits that need to communicate to this group here in Zoom. Please help me match and interpret the messages to the best of my ability. Please help me see exactly what the spirits are trying to say. Help me understand. Help us all to see the bigger picture of the other side and to understand life fully. Help us with closure and help us all with seeing the big picture. Thank you to all my spirit guides for helping me this evening. Okay. Okay, so I have a loving father coming through, meaning he's actually showing me like an image of him holding an infant in a very like sort of loving way. Okay. So you just want to raise your hand if it matches, keep your hand up if it, please don't take it down. Okay. So this is a loving father. He's actually showing me sort of several stages. Okay. Could be several men, loving fathers. Okay. Well, okay. Now he's showing me a pretty big bird, which would be like a probably like a eagle or it could even be like a vulture or something because it's got some pretty big arms out there. Some pretty big wings. I say arms, but I mean wings. It's a big bird. Big bird. It has some and I'm seeing it fly, so it has some meaning about freedom. I feel like he was restricted here for some reason when he was here on Earth. Maybe a health reason or for maybe some sort of like childhood trauma or something was weighing heavy on him that now he's saying that he feels free. Melissa, can you tell me what's matching? Is most of this matching for you, Melissa? Okay.
Yes, except the holding a infant, that doesn't match.
Okay, so you have a
My,
loving father that's passed on the other side?
yes.
Were you ever an infant to him?
Well, sure. I guess, yeah.
Okay. Um, he's showing me several stages of the child's life, is also what I said. So, in other words, he was there for most of your life.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
I
all right.
misunderstood, I guess. Yes.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I'm not saying it clear enough, I guess. Like he's holding the baby, and like that's like the beginning of his love, and he's trying to communicate love. Does the bird make sense? Did he like bird?
Well, first off, I'm here with my best friend. We've both lost our father, so we both resonate with it. But my
Oh,
father had a tattoo on his arm. It had wings. I don't know really what it meant to him. But it had wings and maybe there was like a circle inside. I'm not really sure. But I would say my best friend here,
Yeah.
one of her first signs was a bird, and she has a
Hmm.
talk about your necklace.
The hummingbird was him, though. Like it was the hummingbird on the day that he passed. There was a
okay.
hummingbird.
So we're both kind of resonating here.
Yeah, so it's interesting because you're both sending me chills as I'm listening to you, which usually means yes, that I'm on the right track. So so like I'm just kind of like, okay,
Hmm.
so that's
Yeah,
interesting. So let me just keep going and see what else matches. Do you guys have like video cameras so I can see your energy?
sure. Yeah. I can...
Oh, sorry.
hold on. Let's flip that around. Hold on. My messy room. Hold on.
I don't care
Okay.
about your messy room. I'm not
Hi.
gonna look at your messy room. I can't even see your room. All I can see is you two. Welcome. I'm
Best
glad you're
friends
here.
here.
I'm not surprised that they would be together. Okay. Did either of them have a heavy life for some reason? Meaning
I would say my father. Yeah.
like childhood trauma or something or just
Yeah.
yeah. It feels
Hmm.
heavy. It feels like a backpack.
He was rough.
So that's usually mental health
Yeah.
for
Okay.
men.
Yeah. I
That
definitely mental health. Yes. Definitely resonates in my family. Yeah.
Okay. He's also showing me a ladder or wait a minute, is that a ladder or a jail cell?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a ladder? Jail cell. Okay. So I actually think they're both talking at the same time. Was somebody in jail? Did
My
they
dad has
ever
been
go to
in
jail?
jail. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Has he been in jail before? Not everyone's
As
been
a
in jail.
yeah. Yeah. He had. Yeah. One.
So with the heart thing, does somebody have a heart thing?
Yeah. I
Is that you?
my
Is
dad and my brother actually just passed too, both with a heart thing.
your brother a loving father?
He was not a loving father. He was just a
Mhm.
single man.
Okay, he didn't have a kid or something.
My dad was, though. My dad was a very
Okay,
loving.
but he had a heart thing.
Yeah.
How about
Both.
does a ladder resonate with your dad?
For
The girl.
Trav,
Yeah.
because he was a painter.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there is a ladder that he would go up every day, pretty much. It feels like a ladder that they would climb every day.
Yeah. And
Okay,
he
so
was
like a roofer or painter
musician.
or something. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So weird because they're all talking at the same time
Mhm.
because you guys are probably together. And this is
All the
why when
time.
you go to
Yeah.
get a private reading and you bring your friend, it's like you might want to tell the reader that there's another person in the room because
Sorry.
sometimes the spirits will come through and talk together. Okay, so what it can be a learning for everyone in case somebody does
Okay.
book a private reading, Like you can mix up the energy very easily. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So who's on the left there in the red? What's your name? Yeah.
Melissa.
Okay, so you're Melissa. And what's the other person's name?
Courtney.
Courtney. All right. I'm just gonna give myself a little help here because I'm not a big name person in case y'all haven't figured that out. There we go. That will greatly help me. Okay, so Melissa, so
Yeah.
so Melissa, did your now where did it go? Where did it go? Hold on. Did your dad bring on his death? Like, was his death to his own hands?
Mhm.
Not that he, okay. Feels like he had
Yeah.
like a problem or
A what problem?
a drinking problem or some sort of
Oh
indulgence.
yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
He's apologizing. He wants me to apologize to you, Melissa, specifically. He wants you to know that he's sorry for the things he didn't do, for the times he
Okay.
wasn't there, for being so self-centered on himself, and for not being the loving father he could have been. And he
I love
is
him anyways.
honored that you would call him a loving father. Makes me want to cry right now. Like, so that's the feeling he's giving me. Like he wants to
Thank you.
cry with you right now. Okay.
Hi. I'm not sad.
But he's like kind of saying he's sorry and you know, he wishes okay. He
Yeah.
wishes he was a better father to you.
Okay.
So Courtney, your father was he a little bit of like the middle of the network type of guy? Like he had
I
the
know what she's getting
buds,
at.
he had the friends like how can I say it? He was the one that knew people, that was the networker, life of the party sometimes. Like he kind of knew everybody, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, he's
Both
starting
of
the
our
party
parents,
today.
honestly.
That's what he's saying. Courtney, your dad is saying, I'm starting the party today. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's kind of letting you know um that he's still the light of the party, even on
Yes,
the other
he,
side.
he
Okay.
would be.
Mm-hmm.
They both would. They both would.
Mhm.
Your brother is with him, and that's why we get stuff about him. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I tap into your brother, I got a pretty intense headache really quickly. Was it at his own doing? No.
No,
I mean, we don't
Weird.
know for sure, but
no, it was a heart thing from what
Okay. For your dad or your brother or both.
both. I guess for their
Okay.
brother, we assume. Yeah,
right.
I think there's this.
You assume it's a heart thing.
Right. That was
Yeah,
on the
death
death
Did your brother
certificate. It
have
was
a mental health problem?
no,
no.
not at all.
Mm.
Hmm. Why do I get a headache? Okay. Does someone else here have a loving father that had a mental health problem? Or his passing was by his own hands? Passing by your own hands can mean a lot of things, like drinking, drugs, or literally suicide. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what that's about. Either the person, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay. Well, now I have a tingling sensation. Okay. Is this a stroke? Aneurysm? Mm. Okay, so I have I'm not sure exactly who it's with, but I have a spirit that's saying they passed by a heart thing, but it also affected the brain. So I'm almost feeling like they went into cardiac arrest and had some brain thing. Sherry, did you raise your hand, Sherry? Can you unmute yourself? Raise it. Sherry has to walk around to
I have a weird
do
setup.
things. She
Um,
does have a weird setup.
Monitor attached to a laptop.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
So
my
tell me
father,
what matches.
the loving father, the mental health issues. He was very likely bipolar. Had a nervous break,
Oh,
had a nervous breakdown when I was 4. But he refused to take medication, so
okay.
it was a ride.
How did he pass?
Um, he had cancer.
Okay.
But he'd had triple bypass surgery right after I got married.
He did.
Yeah.
And I just got the chills when you said that. Did it change him? Do you
Uh,
know? Yeah, you would have known. You got married. So you would have known that who he was before and after. Do you think he
yeah,
changed?
a little bit. They hid it from me like till after we got back from our honeymoon. They didn't tell me that he needed the surgery, that, so
But after he had the surgery, do you remember him being different?
he was a little quieter. He was really outgoing. He was the life of the party kind of person. Like when he was in a good place, he was
But
really
then after the surgery,
enjoyed
he was
how.
more quiet.
Yeah, I think so. I
The
think he
heart affected the brain somehow.
Yeah, I think he went through some additional depression after the surgery,
Yeah,
which is
that makes
usual
sense.
for heart surgery. So
So I'm getting the chills from that. So it tells me, yeah, we're on the right track. Okay. I'm trying to see what his message is for you. Oh,
I'm
so
thinking,
that is his message.
yeah,
His message is change. His message is that change is possible. Like he's actually making reference to, I guess, to your changing. That's what it sounded like. Like he kind of is like, yeah, he's kind of essentially saying that change is you know, that's what he wants. He's helping you understand change. So interesting. Um,
he doesn't usually come through with readings, and he's
yeah, but he's
oddly
making
quiet.
reference to change for you. He's making reference about change for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
So I don't know. That might have something to do with what's going on in your life. I have no idea what's going on in your life. So
you. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
yeah. But he's still your guide. He also wants you to know that. Okay. He steps in. Is your mental health? You don't have to answer this. But if your mental health is challenged right now, or someone, yeah. He thanks you. So when your mental health is challenged or something like that, he wants you to he wants you to know that you have your husband, yes, but you also have him.
Okay.
And apparently he interferes or steps in somehow.
It's grief, not mental health, but
Well, grief makes your mental health. She didn't know. So FYI. Okay. For your information, grief causes depression, anxiety, ADHD symptoms, um,
hopefully he
you
and my
name it.
husband are having fun together because they're both total wise asses, and
Okay.
two of them
Well,
together would be something.
it does seem like they are around you though. So they're both around you. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
His birthday just passed, and my husband's birthday is coming up at the end of this month, so
Interesting. Okay. That is his birthday. Would you say the end of this month in a couple
my
weeks?
father's was March 10th. My husband's 27th, and my mom's is the 28th. She's in spirit too, but you don't want her coming through here.
Nah, it's okay. Nah, spirits are never harmful, even if even if they were crazy. Because remember, they're not human anymore. So they're not doing human things.
Okay.
They're not human. Trust me, it'll be fine.
She'd be a special case if that worked, but
Yeah, look, I talk to crazy people. I've talked to full on dead narcissists. Okay,
that
and usually
sounds.
yeah, and then they usually come through and they usually apologize because they have hurt someone and they didn't make appropriate choices for a better um expression of themselves, and they're usually really insecure. And yeah, I've even channeled people that have molested people's children. Okay.
She hurt
I
everybody that she had contact with, so
okay. I'm just saying
okay.
she's still a human being and now she's a spirit. Okay. And now she's a spirit on the other side. She's no longer human, so she doesn't hurt people anymore. She doesn't have that potential to do that anymore. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Interesting. Okay. I actually have a dog. It's very I don't usually get dogs by themselves. So this is a dog. Definitely a dog. I'm not going to try to guess the size because that's hard for me. And because I don't have anything to compare it to, if that makes sense. Like, there's no perspective. So this dog is very special to a person. This is your spirit dog, but you don't know it. The dog has recently passed. Dog feels black. Has dark colors anyway. It could be dark brown, I suppose. I usually see him in shadow, so that's why it's hard for me to know like if it's brown or black, but it's a dark color. Mixed with seems to be like sort of two-toned. Looks like a white or gray color. Not very good with breeds, but okay. Could be like like a it could have hair. Jessica, does this dog make sense to you? Did you just lose? I don't usually get dogs by themselves.
Um, I'm my dog, my best dog ever, recently passed a few months ago. She was two-tone, but she wasn't black.
Was it like dark brown or something?
She was white and like tan.
Okay. She was two-tone though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a mid-sized dog?
Hmm.
Because they're running around now, so now I have some perspective of their size. Yeah, saying that they were sick. Okay. But they'll be back. That's your message. So this is your soul dog. Do you know what a soul pet is?
Uh,
It's sort of
means
it's sort of
like she'll
you
come
ever
back.
yeah, have you ever watched the movie A Dog's Purpose?
Mm-mm.
Well, you should check it out.
Those movies make me cry too much. So
It'll make you laugh too, though. It'll make you cry and laugh, okay? But it'll also help you understand what I'm talking about here. Your dog will be back. Okay? Your dog is your spirit dog. This dog is supposed to be connected to your soul in particular. So the dog just had to pass and needs a new body. Were they old or something? The body got sick.
yeah, she got really sick really fast, but she was older too. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was a long time that she was here. So that sometimes happens with dogs, okay? They just have to kind of like trade it in for a new body and then they come right back. It's like no time at all. And then the dog is saying that they'll be back. Don't let your heart go bitter. Do you know what they mean by that? Don't let your heart
Yeah.
go bitter. So don't not get a dog ever just because you lost this one dog and it broke your heart. Because the dog will be back. Gender and breed mean nothing when they're reincarnated. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So usually dogs don't usually they come with people in these readings.
Thank you.
Interesting that your dog necessary. Like I hope you weren't about to like not get a dog because this dog broke your heart. Is that something like going on for you?
No, I've just been having a very hard time. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, dogs are very important in people's lives. Even in my life, I'm a dog whisperer. I love dogs. Okay. Okay. Was he the life of the party too? Did he
The
like the
dog?
people? Yeah.
Oh
Like if you had
yeah.
people over?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Little Miss
interesting.
Social. Yeah.
Yeah. Like very social to everybody.
Yes. She loved everybody.
So right now, all the spirits are enjoying a visit with Jessica's dog. Okay. So that's why your dog is coming through with the other spirits.
Oh,
Because they
wow.
were the light. Okay. Okay, because they all have that in common, that they're life of the party.
Yeah.
Or center attention,
Yeah.
whatever
That
you
makes
call it.
sense. Yeah.
Okay. What a sweetheart. Okay. But basically her message is I'll be back. Like the movie or whatever. Isn't that from a movie? You can
Yeah.
tell I watch a lot of movies, right? Okay. No. All right. Okay. So now she has sat beside a woman, put her paw on this woman's lap. Okay. This is who's next. I feel like she lived a pretty good long life here, or well, decently long. I mean, it's not like she was like 102 or anything, but she lived a pretty decent life. She feels very strong-willed, powerful, almost kind of feminist-like. Jessica, do you know who this is? Is this
I
person
think
related
so.
to you?
My godmother passed away 2 months after my dog, and when she was passing, we said that she would be with her, and she loved my dog. They were very good friends. Yeah.
And she was strong-willed,
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
feminist-like. Wow. Well, Jessica, if you needed confirmation that they were together, you got it.
Wow.
Because the dog went over, put her hand on the lap of this woman, and then the woman stood up and told me that she was a strong-willed woman when she was here. Very
Yes.
strong.
Yeah.
And that she lived a pretty decent life.
Yeah, she was 85, so.
And in fact, now she's saying that she's what we would call high vibrating, which would mean that she was very generous here in this world. She did a
Yes.
lot of things for a lot of people before she passed. And she was very giving, and she's very loud, actually. So that also meant that she was very spiritual. So she's very connected to the other side. Are all these things correct?
Yes.
Okay. And she was very connected to like the other side, like in her own way, but she was still very connected to the divine.
Yes.
It was sort of the way she lived her life. Loving, generous. She's very high vibrating, you should know. Okay? So high vibrating means that that she's like close to enlightenment. So at some point she'll be reborn. Oh, okay. So she wants you to know that she's also being prepared to be reborn. Okay? So
Wow.
she's being prepared to be reborn. So she doesn't have to stay over there that long because she gets to come back and be a human pretty quick. Because most spirits want to come back and be a human pretty quickly because what you realize on the other side is well, it sucks. Because you can't have sex and can't have food. People can't touch you. And you want to engage the human experience is almost addictive. Okay? It's a gift. Okay? It's a gift. As much as we like to say it's miserable life and people like to say they never want to come back and things like that, but once they get on the other side, they change their mind. Okay? They realize that the whole experience here on Earth was it's all a learning experience, my friends. It's all a learning experience. Okay? Okay. Well, Jessica, that was interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
That was very interesting. I'm glad it happened that way. Beautiful. She has another woman with her. She's turning to a woman. This is another woman. She's a little bit younger. You might think her passing was early or untimely. So once two things matches, please raise your hand, okay? Because this is somebody else's. Okay, hold on, Kathleen. But she's a good person. She was a really good person here on Earth. But not like a kid or anything, Kathleen. No. Kathleen, can you unmute yourself and tell me what matches?
Yes.
Like you know a young woman like this?
Like meaning young, like that's just like the age.
30s
Like
maybe?
mom. What is it?
Yeah, like maybe 30s, 40s, something like that. Maybe
Oh,
middle
then
age.
no.
No. How young are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Well, it's not young actually, but like just turned 70.
50? Okay.
Yeah, no, then everything else matched but that. So I'll
Just keep your
Okay.
hand up for a second.
Okay.
Deshi, do you know a 30 something, 30, 40? It feels midlife. She feels very loving, generous, kind. She's very she's amazing, actually. She's a really high vibrating person. Deshi, does this make sense? Can you unmute yourself?
Hi, sorry, I can't get my camera on, so I'm trying to
Well, that sucks.
get here.
That's okay. That's okay.
But yeah, no, that does resonate with me. My sister actually.
Ah, yes, I got chills. It's for you, Dusty. All right.
Try to get my camera on here. It's hard to.
And you thought her death was untimely.
Oh yes. She
Like,
was just 2 weeks shy of her 41st birthday.
okay, yep. That's exactly what I said. Like you were just, like it just felt like she has something you may not like to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay.
She was meant to pass at this time.
She was what, sorry?
She was meant to pass at this time.
Oh, really?
And part of it is because she is an enlightened being, or she's very close to enlightenment. So she has to change bodies so that she can come back and do at a different time. She's almost complete her human journey to be an angel. Do you understand?
Oh,
So we come through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime trying to get to enlightenment. And you can check with anyone. All of us want to make the world a better place. Even bad people. They may be going about it the wrong way, but they still want to make they want to make the world a better place. Every
right.
person in their heart and soul wants to make the world a better place. And your sister definitely wanted to make the world a better place. And in fact, she did
She certainly did.
just by being alive. She did amazing things for the world, apparently. I she can't even, it's hard for her to even tell me what she did. She's kind of saying, I changed the world. I did my soul purpose, and she's very happy. She's very complete. She did her soul purpose, and now she has to wait for someone else to pass so she can come back. Does she have a child, or do you have a child?
Yeah,
Who has
so
a child?
yeah, so I have two children, and then my other sister, who was the youngest, she has two children. And when my sister passed, she was actually living with my youngest sister, and she was there when her son, who's almost 4 months now, was born, and she was with him from the day he was born until she passed. So she was with him basically for 6 weeks, and even my sister's younger daughter, who's about 2.5. And we do feel that she actually sees her, because she will say, like, Bindu Masi was here in my room.
Yep.
So
she does. And she has some sort of soul connection to the child she was with that came in as she passed. What was it?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's called, it's often referred to as Jacob's ladder. It has a lot of different meanings, but it's often because they have a soul connection. And so since she did the goodness she was supposed to do, that child was born, believe it or not.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
like that's kind of how it works. When we fulfill our soul purpose, sometimes another life will come into the world, and then that person might pass at some point, maybe soon after they get their soul purpose, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years after they get their soul purpose. It's hard to say, because a lot of us have like a long list, like a laundry list of things we have to do in our soul purpose. Okay. And then but she has a soul connection to that baby, I think you said it was a little boy, but
A
gender
boy,
Schminder.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a boy. Yeah.
Right now they think they're a boy. Okay. So gender Schminder.
Yeah.
You never know. But anyway, that child, especially if they're gifted, they could absolutely be transgender. Ask any indigenous people. They're very gifted.
Yeah.
Gender variant people are very gifted people. We're sort of like shamans. Yeah, so she's connected to that. She's connected to that. Wow. Okay. So that's really powerful, Jesse. But she wants you
Yeah.
to know that she's okay. And she was supposed to pass. And that the baby that she's connected to, the child that you guys already suspect that she was like kind of connected to anyway.
It's the other one, the 2.5-year-old, who's able to
Sees her.
actually tell us that she sees her. Yeah.
But she does see her with the other baby.
Oh, really? So she's around.
So she's around the children all the time. She's around you. She's around your other sister. Yeah. Yeah, she's around all of you all the time. Children see spirits all the time. The reason they
Yeah.
see spirits is because they haven't been gaslit to believe that it's their imagination.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you.
You are very welcome. Thank you to the people that are helping out in the chat. Thank you, Kathleen. Kathleen, let me turn your
Right now I get my video
actually,
to work.
now you get your video
Now
to
it
work. Well, that's maybe your sister didn't want me to see you for some reason. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Kathleen, I'm gonna
Here
focus
I
in on you
come.
for just a second. I'm
Okay.
gonna focus in on you for a second.
Yay, okay.
Yours is has an auntie feel or a grandmother feel. Is that true?
Well, that
What
could
is
be,
she? What is
yeah.
her relation to you?
Well,
The older woman.
I was looking for my mom, but my mom is predeceased by her mom and her sister.
Well, they often come through in groups. So don't never
Mm-hmm.
turn your nose up at the one you don't want to talk to.
Yep. They're probably all together over there too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can sense all three of them together. 4. There's actually 4.
Oh,
There's also angels. That's interesting. We'll get to angels later. Do I need to do the angels now? Okay. Angels now, for some reason, Kathleen. I don't does seem to be related to you, but it's also related to everyone else in the group. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Let me try to see how many angels are here. There's a lot of people in the group right now. There could be a lot of angels. So hold on just a second. Okay. So shout out to everyone, including you, Kathleen. I have approximately 16 angels. I don't think that's a lot of angels. Okay, so angels are babies that have been miscarried, aborted, or children that have passed before puberty.
Mm.
And they could be your baby or your partner's baby or your mother's baby, possibly your father's. Okay. So, because I know not everyone has a womb to have a baby. So please put your hand up if you have miscarried, aborted. Val, do you need me to help you put your hand up? I see you holding your hand up like this, but where did you go? Val, do you know how to put your hand up? I can't help you put your hand up. I wish I could. Okay. Sometimes I get this number exactly right. So weird when I get it right. 16 is a lot of people. What are we at? 13? I wondered if it was 13, but oh, Simon, do you know how to raise your hand? Do you know how to raise your hand on Zoom? Go down to reactions. You're looking for reactions. So that's 14. Yes, Yvonne, grandchildren count. Aborted grandchildren, absolutely. Your daughters too, yes. Okay.
Alice, I
Well,
had 5.
okay. But this is how many people usually it's affecting. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm gonna try to hone in. Okay, so you all need to listen, okay? At first I was like 18, but I think 16 well, more like 18. One angel is saying that somebody might not want to admit to it. So let me talk. Tracy, you know how to raise your hand like through Zoom? I don't have to keep counting you doing this. Tracy. Holly. Do you know how to
Yeah.
do it? Look
What's
at your
up?
reactions. Oh, no. Look at your reactions. You can raise your hand with the little yellow hand. See that? It's pretty cool. Yeah, then you don't have to do this so your arm doesn't get tired. So, what I'm about to say, some people might find to be controversial. This is your trigger warning. So, babies that are miscarried, aborted, or lost before they become before they hit puberty, become angels automatically because they they have to come through the woman's body, and when they come through the person's body, it's not just women. When it comes through the person's body, the person has to learn something big from it, whatever that is. And it's usually more than one thing. It's usually like a variety of things. Okay. And that is their final sole purpose. And you are chosen, or the mother, or the person carrying the child, the father, or whatever, the person that's carrying the child was chosen because they were considered to be strong enough to carry the child through. That counts for abortion, okay? Because spirit knows that you're going to abort the child before you even know you're pregnant, before the person even knows they're pregnant. Spirit knows, but spirit wants you to integrate a lesson from getting pregnant, the value of life, the value of the value of life, the value of what it is to make another life, the value of your relationships and the people around you, and the value of your own personal choice, and the value of your ownership of your body. All of these things are taught, are examples of lessons. Sometimes mothers will say, well, after that, I learned to love my other children that much deeper. After that, I was very careful not to get pregnant again until I was 32. Okay. Or whatever it is. Okay. But it's the child is an angel because they came through and taught those lessons to those babies. Okay. To the people carrying the child. They brought through a lesson, and that was their final sole purpose. So then they could become angels up here, super high vibrating, and they're super loud on the other side. But their message is like, bam. It doesn't go on very long. It's like little things and then they stop. Okay. And the interesting thing about angels is that, have you ever had that moment where you're like driving to work or something and you're like, you avoid an accident and you're like, thank my angels. Oh my gosh. Right. We've all had that. You should be thanking your angels. Those are your angels. So the people with their hands up probably have those moments even more often. And sometimes they even have them intensely. And those experiences are meant to, that angel is meant to kind of watch over you or guide you and help you, okay? And they usually interfere at the last minute, okay? So like the person uses drugs and somehow doesn't die, right? Okay. Person you know, has a medical problem but doesn't die, right? Okay, or gets in a car accident or whatever, okay? Those are angels interfering. And those angels are related to the babies that were passed through the people around you or yourself, okay? And those babies were meant to pass, as hard as that is for me to tell you. I told you it was controversial, including the abortions. Abortions are meant to be. We are not here to judge. Not our job. Sometimes people need to abort for a variety of reasons, and that's okay. So if you are a mother sitting with that right now, or a person that had to abort at some point, I just want to say that angel is at your side and is still with you and was always intended for you from beginning to now, and will always be with you and your loved ones, especially those closest to you. Okay? And that's pretty much the message of the angels. The message of the angels is powerful right now. You can all imagine why. I don't usually get into politics, but that one's super important. I've been telling that way before the goofball that changed the law. Okay? You own your body. And that's what that was about. So if you aborted or you miscarried, it's not because you're a bad person. It's not because your body was lesser than. It's not because you are somehow cursed or whatever. Okay? None of those things are true, because I can hear it all in your head. Okay? And the angel wants me to make sure that you know, but without a benefit, without any question in your mind, that this was meant to be this way, and that you were a vessel for that angel, and they had to come through and teach one last lesson, and you were the vessel, and they taught you it, and therefore they fulfilled their sole purpose, and therefore they are an angel. Okay? So please understand that. Please put that in your mind and your head and really comprehend that, because the guilt that some people feel just by the social pressure, like from abortions and even miscarriages, and even like, kids that die of like SIDS and stuff, mothers will think that they weren't enough, and all kinds of other kooky stories we make up in our heads. And I just want to let you know that our culture's current judgment of this is part of the revolution that we're all going through right now. Okay? So the fact that culture judges it is part of the revolution, just like gender revolution, just like the food revolution. Okay? Just like the nature, the environmental revolution. They're all part of a bigger evolution of the human race. Okay? It's all part of it, and that's one of them. And I'm part of the gender revolution. And I'm just gonna say that was big energy. The angels were like knocking down my door here. Okay, so glad I could bring that through today. Boy, somebody must have been listening, because that's just powerful. So you guys put your hands down now. That's the angel thing that I almost do it every time. Every time I do a reading, I'll sense into how many angels there are, and a lot of times I'm either exactly right or very close, and I was pretty darn close. Okay, so, and that's pretty good for me since I don't get names and numbers and stuff. Okay, so I'm practicing. I'm gonna get it someday. Okay, so let's see if the angels want to pull anyone else. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. So the angels are flipping. Okay. They're flipping the coin. Okay. So what's about to happen? Kathleen, you can put your hand down now. And Val, what's up? Why do you have your did you have your hand up for the baby thing? You put your hand back down when you figure it out. So I'm about to bring through a little bit heavier energy here. It's nice of them to ask permission, wasn't it? It's nice of the angels to do that with me. They're like, Hollis, you feeling like you can do this now? I'm feeling like I can do this. So I'm bringing through some people that have taken their own life. Okay. This includes drug overdoses. This includes so let me see who's first. Okay, we're starting with the drugs. Okay, good, because they know I hate the violent ones. Okay. All right, we got accidental overdose, or what we think might be accidental. Not sure, accidentals. Okay. I have some males, some boys, masculine people. I hate doing gender. I can hate it. Okay, but they're masculine. Okay. They're masculine people, and they were masculine presenting while they were here, and they overdosed or something. So you all know. Val, are you still have your hand up? Do you know someone that took their own life by way of drugs? And this is what happens. There's so many people with their hands up that I have to start honing it in pretty quickly. Val, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Val, I unmuted you. So, do you know someone that took their own life that died of an overdose?
No, I still haven't figured out how to put my hand down yet. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna do it for you. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. And then I'm gonna mute you again. Woohoo! Okay, finally. Zoom lets me mute and unmute people. So much easier. Okay. Yes, Heather asked, suicide, does too much alcohol count? Yes, Heather, it does. It does. Because in my worldview, alcohol is a drug. A horrible one at that. Because we all socially accept it. And people kill themselves with it all the time. On a regular basis. Okay. And everybody here has a man that has taken his own life? Yeah. Or a masculine person. Doesn't have to be a cisgendered male. It could be just a masculine presenting person. Okay. All right. Okay. Somebody was in jail. I'm getting a jail cell thing again. Okay. So here. Kristen, your person was in jail? Okay, can you unmute yourself? Kristen, sorry, not Kirsten. Here, let me try to help you. Kristen. Hi, Kristen.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
okay. So the male, and they overdosed, maybe accidentally, maybe,
Yes.
and they were in jail at not necessarily when they committed suicide, but they were in jail before.
Right. He's been, yeah, in jail a lot.
Does he have a kid?
Yes.
Yep. Showing me a teddy bear or something. Do you know anything about the child? Like, what's your relation?
Uh, it's my father or my son's father.
Did he send did he send your son a bear or something, some sort of stuffed animal?
Not that I
Or
know of.
try to leave him a stuffed animal. Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, maybe it means something else. So we'll just hold that in our back of our minds. Okay. Just
Okay.
hold that for a minute because we're not sure where that goes. But it seems to be you. I'm getting the chills. He was absent.
Yes.
If he was alive, he would say something like, because he was a failure.
Yeah.
Because he failed you and the child on a regular basis.
Yeah. I know he felt like that.
He's saying you would know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Mental health problems, big time. He might even been fairly narcissistic at times,
Yeah.
but insecure at the same time, like sort of both.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had terrible childhood trauma.
Yes.
And he just couldn't get it together. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He could
He
have,
was
but
in
he didn't.
Yeah. He was in rehab and was doing well.
Mhm.
And I mean, that
Okay.
was the story of his life. Always in rehab, doing well, and then back to jail.
Okay. So Kristen, he wants you to know, and he wants you to someday tell his son that he's sorry. He completely regrets everything he did. He realizes now that that was his human challenge. And he didn't complete it.
Yeah.
But he'll be back. He has to come back and do it again. But
Okay.
next time the universe will give him some sort of some sort of tool or whatever. Okay? To help
Okay.
him. Okay? But he just wants you to know that he is okay. He is on the other side. And how I describe people of lower vibrations is that they feel heavier or like the low keys on a piano. Okay,
Yeah.
the angels
That
are
makes
more like
sense.
the high keys. And yeah, there's no punishment. There's no, so everybody around suicide and stuff needs to know this. There's no punishment. There's no weird hell or I don't know. The biggest punishment is that they have to come back and do it again. But next time the universe will give them a gift. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, and when they'll be reincarnated varies. Okay? But it's usually a while. And he's saying it will be a while. Sounds like he's gonna be the son of he might be your son's son sometime. So
That'd be cool.
soul circles. Soul
Yeah.
circles. This is why blood doesn't matter. Because you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this is why, because he's not your blood, he was your ex.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah. So just saying. Okay. This is why. So he'll come back. And so he just wants you to know, and he's hoping that someday when his son is old enough to hear it, you can relay the message that he regrets it from the other side. And that he wishes that
I
he had
will.
been more present with his son. And he'll try to do better next time. Okay?
Okay.
Seems like your son and this guy, that your son and his father are doing a kind of round robin type of thing. And they're learning from each other. Okay? And
Okay.
you're actually a healer. Okay? So you should just know
I've heard that.
Oh, okay. Good. So there you go. Some more validation for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Kirsten. Leslie, you have a male that passed of overdose or something?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Did he like electronics?
Um, he's been gone for
Did he
18
play?
years.
Uh-huh. Did he play video games?
Oh, he did. Yeah, it was like Nintendo stuff. I mean, it was Mario. That was how long ago. But yes, he
That's
did.
electronics.
Yep, it is.
Okay. He's showing me video games specifically. So do you sometimes happen to have your electronics go a little kooky?
Oh yeah.
So that's him. He's your guide now. He tries to come in and cheer you up. He tries to get you to stop doom scrolling. Do you doom scroll?
Not usually. I used to.
Decent. Oh, okay. You used to. Your phone like freeze up halfway or something.
Yes, I'll know I'm supposed to just get off there.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So listen to your guides when they do that to y'all. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Leslie. All right, that's beautiful. He's kind of a funny guy, by the way. He's laughing. Even though he's lower vibrating, he's still kind of like laughing and very pleasant, I would say. Was his demeanor pretty pleasant while he was here?
Yes, very.
It's strange for people that usually take their lives. They're usually kind of anyway. Okay, but he's saying he didn't intend to. He was just kind of an overindulgent type of guy.
Yes.
Okay, like he just did too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Sagittarius. Okay, he has a strong placement in Sagittarius. He has a strong Sagittarius placement. Sorry, I do astrology. That's how I look at people's death and help make sense of their death. I do these astrology readings. You guys could check it out sometimes. I do these astrology readings for people, especially for suicides and things like that. They really help. Well, because they're how can I say it? It helps you like see what the person's it helps you understand their passing and Candela says that they had one. Yeah, Candela. It's kind of like it helps you understand the passing of the person, and if they were overindulgent, it helps you understand their overindulgence. Okay. And usually I can see overindulgence through Sagittarius or Jupiter or both. Okay.
I did one with you too, but it was for my husband. This is my son we're talking about now. So, but I do know that he's a Sag rising.
Oh my God! No way! That's his Jupiter in the 8th house or something.
I don't know that much, but yeah, we'll have to maybe do his.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Amazing. It's so fascinating to me. Astrology never lies. It is so accurate. It's so accurate. It blows my mind. Okay, you guys.
It blew
I've been
my
doing
mind
this
that death reading you did with me for my husband. That just blew my mind. There was so much. I'm still digesting it.
Yeah, it's like whew, you still got to digest it. And
Yeah.
you could come back and I'd probably tell you a bunch of new stuff. Do you know that? Like we could look at the same exact chart and I'll tell you a whole bunch of new stuff. I've had people come back 3 and 4 times and I'll bring through new stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the other interesting thing about astrology. And also the planets are always moving, right? So they'll change the way they're affecting you too. So okay. All right. So you want to your son is creating feedback. So I'm gonna say goodbye to your son.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
move on. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, great. Yep, see that? It went away as soon as Leslie. Oh boy. Okay. Lori, did you have someone that passed? You have to unmute yourself, sweetie.
Okay.
A man, a
Oh,
man that
thank
passed.
you.
Did he overdose or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Okay. Mental health problems.
Yes.
He feels way heavier, more depressed and angry. If he made jokes, it was in kind of a. Did he make jokes to make fun of people sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
He was miserable a lot, so people
Yeah.
tend to forgive him.
Mm-hmm.
People would overlook his whatever because he had some sort of ugly background, ugly history that people kind of felt sorry for him.
Yes.
He knew there was a strong chance he would pass when he overdosed.
I thought that
Okay.
too. Yeah.
He kind of hoped for it. He's kind of what I call a passive suicide person, where they keep doing things to put themselves in danger because they don't want to be alive, but they're not quite hateful to themselves enough to like do something more violent.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's apologizing to you though. He says that he did some screwed up shit to you.
Yeah.
He's really apologetic, okay?
Okay.
And he's saying he's really sorry. His
I,
words are, I really fucked it up.
yeah.
He'll be back to meet you again. Y'all will do this again. But next time he'll have some better tools. Okay?
Okay.
I hope you can accept. He says he hopes that you can accept his apology. It would be in your best interest to forgive him.
Yeah.
Don't hold
I've
on to
been.
that anger because it will hurt you and make you sick.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been really trying. Yeah.
I believe you. He's saying that pretty much. So that's why he wanted to deliver the apology today. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You probably really needed that, I bet. Okay.
Yeah.
He's saying that it's desperate need. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Laurie. Okay, Kayla.
Yes.
This guy overdosed, right?
Yes.
Is he a party guy?
Yeah.
Like he liked to have a good time. Showing me
Every day.
Pisces party. Yep.
Every day.
Yep. Pisces party guy. Like he just wanted to party all the time. Probably had a strong Pisces placement. Okay. He feels like he didn't he's sorry for disappointing you. He's saying he didn't do what he was supposed to do, or he also had a promise to you or something. Some sort of commitments to you.
We had a lot of plans.
Okay. Well, those are usually commitments. Like, I would love to do this with you. I would love.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do this with you. Okay. Yeah. He's sorry. He says he feels like a wuss. He just kind of He kind of just checked out. I think you know what I mean. He says you definitely know what he means. Okay. He's sorry that he checked out. He'll come back. You guys will do this again. Don't forget that, okay? He says that you've forgiven him, and he appreciates that. It's released his sometimes the soul can have these sort of heavy markings on them when we do things that are not very good to people, like what he did to you, Kayla. And when we forgive them for whatever they did, we release their soul. We also release ours, because it'll make you sick if you hold on to it. Okay? But sounds like you've already done the work there, Kayla.
Yeah.
And he's thanking you for that. He's thanking you for the forgiveness. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Kayla. Where are we at now? Candela.
Hi, Hollis. How are you?
I'm okay. I know I've done a reading for you, but I don't remember any details at all. I don't
I
even
know.
remember.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. Yeah, like I recognize your face, but outside of that.
Yeah, he's
But
gone
that's
18 months, so.
okay. It was an overdose.
Yes.
And you think it was accidental. He's saying it was passive. Why did he hate himself so much? That's what he's saying. Why did I hate myself so much? Okay. So
I
he
don't know.
hated himself for some reason. Had something to do with his childhood. He didn't live up to somebody's expectations or something.
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe it was his stepfather's.
Feels like a father image or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He felt like he was never enough. He had some self-hatred.
Mhm.
A lot of pressure on this man. He
Yeah.
was kind of like a ticking time bomb is what I call that.
hmm
Okay. It was passive. So he wants you to know that. It was passive. You know what I mean by passive?
It just came at that moment.
Yeah. But when they take the drug, they're kind of like, I don't care if I live or die.
Yeah, he used to say that all the time. And he even
Okay.
told me he was going to have a big party when his time came. And that
Well,
was the
we're having
party.
one now.
Yeah, I know he had that party that night.
Yeah.
And he was
So,
by himself, but he had the party.
yeah. Yeah. Well, he still crosses over. He still crossed over and still got met, and he'll be back. And okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Who haven't I? You're welcome. Saiban. Am I saying your name right? Saiban Lobby. Hopefully I'm saying it right.
Yes.
Hi, Saiban.
Hi.
You have a male that overdosed?
I became manic due to drugs and then ultimately ended his life.
Did he end his life by overdosing passively?
No, he was very heavy and stuff and became very manic.
So he did something violent to himself.
Yes.
Okay. We're not on violent ones yet. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just people that have overdosed right now. Okay. Bernice, do you have someone that passed that overdosed?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The male, right?
Yes.
Masculine presenting person. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. He's showing me a forest.
Pardon me?
He's showing me the forest. Do you take a walk in the forest? He's with you.
No.
Do you walk in the forest? Who's in the forest?
That I'm not sure of.
Hmm. Okay. I think that might be a different spirit. It's a spirit trying to come through. Someone's praying for it. Okay. I need it to hold on just a moment. Pretty sure this is him. It's way heavier. The headache, mental health. Do you have a TV on or something, Bernice?
Yeah.
Would you mind muting it?
No, not a problem.
Yeah. TVs like mess up my energy for some reason.
Sorry, I just turned it off.
Thanks. Okay. He's also showing me video games. Pretty sure it's
Yeah, he played when he was younger.
Mm-hmm. Electronics, video games. He showed me a phone.
Always with the
Oh,
phone.
I think he interferes with your stuff too. I think is what he's also saying. He's one of those
Right.
people that interferes with electronics.
Okay.
So when your electronics go crazy, it's probably him just trying
Yeah,
to give you a sign.
my phone glitches and my earpods at work do once in a while.
Yep, that's him with you. He's trying to show you that he's with you. Something hard at work sometimes. There's something going on at work.
No,
You-
sometimes it's
with
just
you.
hard to be there.
That's what I mean. With you and work. Not like
Yes.
okay. Not like you're gonna get fired or something. More
No,
like
no.
yeah, more like work is hard sometimes, and in those moments you might find that his presence is stronger. Okay? Because he's saying
Okay.
he's trying to support you and let you know that you're supported.
Okay.
He is with you. He's worried about your mental health.
Yeah. It's been a hard couple months.
Just know that he's okay. That's the most important thing, that you know that he's okay. Okay?
Okay, that was a big worry.
He's not yeah, that's what he's saying. And I'm like, of course you're okay. And he's like, I know, but can you tell her that? Because there's nothing bad that can happen to you on the other side.
Yeah. Just
Once you're so but for some reason us humans we imagine all kinds of funky things. And then plus we have the influence of Christianity and other religions that have created some goofy belief systems.
and
Okay.
being a mom, we always worry.
Oh right, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right. Great.
Thank you.
So that's all. You're welcome. So that's all the males that have overdosed, right? We got like a half an hour left, and I have a couple of young girls here that have also used drugs, overdosed, or were poisoned. So that means fentanyl too. Young girls. Who knows a young girl that? So Kristen, Syabin, and Bernice. Do you know a young girl that's overdosed? If not, go ahead and put your hand down. It feels like a fairly young girl. Yvonne. I think it's for Yvonne. Yep, it's for Yvonne.
Hi.
Yvonne. Hi
Hi.
there. We can't see you, and I hope that's okay.
Sorry. There I am.
There you are. You're here with us. It's so much better when I can see your all's faces. I'm not sure why. It helps me feel connected to you somehow.
Of course.
This poor girl. Okay. You're not sure she did it on purpose. You kind of think she didn't. She's kind of a party
I went
girl.
back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of liked to party a little bit. So she's showing me a strong Pisces placement. Which just for me, it just means that it's a party girl, party person,
Yeah.
person that likes to party. Mm. She didn't mean to. In fact, I'm almost wondering if she was poisoned, like fentanyl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's saying it's fentanyl. She sort of like thought it would never happen to her type of deal. I'm sorry, she says. I'm so sorry. She's watched the whole thing. She's witnessed her funeral and her everything that's gone down since she passed. All of the loss.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She never knew how much she was loved. But she's saying it wasn't by anyone's fault. It's like almost like she couldn't take it in. Something about her believed that she wasn't worthy of the love that was given to her. Had something to do with a major trauma that happened to her as a young child. She says you don't even know what it is. You don't.
No.
I'm pretty sure she was abused. Like, possibly sexually abused. She's saying it's sexual in nature. Okay. So I don't know if you know who did that, but I don't think it matters at this point. So, but okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Yvonne. She's sorry either way. Okay, so there's also a youngish child coming through. This child might have been a little bit older, somewhere close to puberty-ish. Like maybe like 10, 11, 12, maybe even young teenage. They did not take their own life. And there had something to do with like, is it the forest or is it the mushrooms? And it has something to do with the magic of the forest. This child had something that was very connected to the magic of the forest. Like they probably liked fairies. Maybe they were into like little. They're showing me like a little mushroom house. Does anybody know who this is? If this person, you have to like unmute yourself or put your hand up or something. I feel like this person's not sure how to get in here. They might be watching live. Okay, so if you're watching live, you have to come into the Zoom group for me to read you. I don't know. I can't keep up with all of the chat everywhere. I have to like have a co-host the next time. Okay. It's just impossible. I can't do it all. Okay. So, all right. Tracy. Tracy, did you put your digital hand up? Where's Tracy? Where did Tracy go? I know there was a Tracy up here at some point. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know where she went. I don't know what's up with the child, but if you happen to be watching and you're trying to figure out how to get in here or whatever, the child just wants you to know that they're perfectly fine on the other side. Remember, they're no longer human, so they don't have human needs. And that they're perfectly okay on the other side, okay? Okay. All right. So I still have a young person now, but it's just a young person. They didn't necessarily. I don't think they took their own life. They died of some sort of sickness or something. Not normal, but a sickness or something, okay? Not normal. But they didn't take their own life. There's a huge difference in vibration when you're communicating with a spirit that has taken their own life versus someone that has not, okay? This person did have some mental health problems, but it was a result of some of the things that they had been through. It seems like they went through some health problems and stuff. I wouldn't say that they were a child. I'd say that they might be a young adultish. But it sounds like they had some like pretty tough things that they went through, and they might have actually been physically related. Like health problems, like, and then also some other like familial problems and like just a variety of things. But okay. So just raise your hand if this matches. Okay. And it's related, there's some Christianity around them. So it might have been their parents or there's some Christian beliefs around them. So strong Christian beliefs. Okay. I don't know who that would be. Brianna, we lost a teen in the family in the end of February. Did they take their own life? Brianna, how did they pass?
Oops. He was shot.
Okay, so it was a murder. Okay. Fortunate. Okay. Gosh. You think a medium's job is easy? We have to hear all these awful stories. Pretty terrible, actually. It's hard. I'm grateful to do it. I'm grateful to help so many people, but it's also a heavy. Yvonne, this sounds like your daughter. Did you have someone pass that? Did your daughter pass like? But you said she overdosed, eh? Right? Unmute yourself, Yvonne.
She did, but I was just saying it sounds like her as well.
Oh, it still sounds like her. Okay, with all
Mhm.
the heaviness, a
Yeah.
lifetime of hard times, and okay. All right, I got it. Maybe it is her. Hard to say. Okay. It's almost time for me to wrap it up. My guides are my guides are saying that I've done a great job. Thank goodness my guides give me feedback. They're like, you've done a great job today. Okay. Thank you. Does somebody have a question? Go ahead, Jennifer. Ask. You have something to say? You need help unmuting?
Yeah, how do I unmute it? Are you talking to me?
Jennifer Haggerty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you
that's
hear me?
not me.
Go
Can you hear
ahead,
me?
Jennifer. Do you have a question? Yeah, I can hear you. Do you have a question?
I do have a question. This is my first time in and I came really late, so I don't know all the rules of how you operate. But my question is more personal. I have a wrongful death case and I'm having a really hard time with it's been 7 years and the insurance company now wants us to settle out of court, and our lawyer has always been like, we have a good case, and now all of a sudden he's like, it would be a defense case and is telling us to settle, and it's a hard decision and I don't know what to do.
The person that died is saying to settle.
He is?
And this is why. Yes. First of all, it has been hell getting as far as you've gotten now.
Yes. Yeah, it has.
Waiting for court dates, waiting for lawyers, waiting for la la la. It's just a big, huge freaking headache. And that's why he wants you to settle. And that's why the lawyer can see that you're supposed to settle. And that's why. And that if you continue going, it won't be as good as your settlement because of how much you'll have to put out to get that far. Get it?
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah. Sort of.
Is this has something to do with a doctor or something? Some sort of
No, he was hit.
Feels like
He was hit by a
Okay.
truck. Yeah.
Okay. But it was somebody doing something wrong, license, la la la. Okay. But it feels like but I believe you. And I'm just saying that to pursue it would cost you more, and then therefore you would end up with less. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I guess it was always like, I think where I was always coming from in the first place was more like out of vindication, not so much out of money. It was never about the money. It was more about,
Well, that's the problem.
that's what, yeah.
So I suggest that you maybe go look into Mahatma Gandhi. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Okay.
Okay.
I know that's not easy to hear, but leave it to me to have to deliver the hard messages.
You know, it's been very hard, and I'm glad you gave me at least an answer. Like I've been asking for signs, I've been asking for that answer, and I haven't gotten it. So thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
And so he's also showing me Mahatma Gandhi, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
Okay.
Notice the war we're currently in, or the wars that are currently happening in the world.
Yes.
That's eye for an eye. It's the same thing, same energy that you're engaging in. No one wins.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Not always easy. You're welcome.
I agree with your guides. You're doing a great job.
Thanks. Shannon, do you have a question?
I just wanted to see if you had anything for me.
Okay. I think I'm getting tired. I can answer questions, and that's what my guides have told me to do. They've told me to answer questions, to ask if there are questions. Like Jennifer's question wasn't hard. Jennifer Joe, do you have a question?
Yes, my dad, he passed away August, but we know that there was at least neglect or some different kind of things that happened just by different situations. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. Would it
But it
help
was your
us
dad's
to?
time.
It was his time, but did
It was
people?
his
Did
time.
they? I know, but did they
But the
actually
neglect is
like? I
because of
know.
the system. Did he have dementia or something?
No, he didn't. He had a stroke. He had a cardiac arrest. So his,
Okay.
his it was
But he
impacted,
was in a
but
hospital.
yeah, and then a nursing home.
Yep. That's why I'm seeing the nursing home. Okay.
So did they? My question is, would he have survived if he had gotten the proper care, or would it
No.
be the same?
No.
Okay, but he would have been more comfortable, though. No,
Mm,
at least
he was supposed to
no.
pass in that time. It had something to do, some other people needed to learn lessons other than just you, and your family needs to learn lessons. And sometimes people pass and can't always blame somebody else, and that's sometimes what we want to do when we're in grief.
Yeah,
It's a
I
part
know
of
he.
it's a stage of grief to blame somebody else.
Okay, was there any kind of neglect? There was some neglect. There was little, or
There's always neglect. There's always, if they're in a
oh,
hospital, they were neglected. Period.
and especially in a nursing home, you know that, right?
Everybody. Yeah, I used to work in them. If they were
Yeah,
in a
I know that.
hospital, a nursing home, or under the care of a regular medical doctor today, they were neglected. Period.
Oh,
So
okay,
you're gonna
but
have
like
to
you
sue
said,
the system, Jennifer.
yeah, okay, I know. And so then, okay, I'm gonna be really quick. So it was just his time. If even if they had done what they were supposed to, or whatever, he still would have. Okay, okay,
It
that's
was
all
his
I need.
time.
So thank
It
you,
was just a
thank you.
matter of when, like yesterday, today, or tomorrow type of thing. Okay.
It was gonna happen. Yeah. Okay, thank
It
you.
was gonna happen either way.
Okay, thank
Sarisha,
you.
do you have a question? Try not to ask me if I'm going to do a reading because I'm getting tired for readings, but I can answer
I
questions.
just,
So my
I
guides want
just
me to
want to,
answer questions.
okay. I just want to know if my baby is okay in heaven.
Your
I
baby is
lost a lot.
okay.
Yes.
Were you part of the angel thing that I went through earlier?
I was, but I didn't know how to get on to how to raise my hand. So she
Yeah,
actually,
but
I didn't,
okay. So when did your baby die? How old was your baby?
1 year, 3 months. It was
Okay.
last year,
So what
February.
I want you to do is when we're done this, you go back to the group, and watch the live. And I talk about
Okay.
all the babies, okay? And you'll get your message from your baby.
Thank you so
Your baby
much.
is now an angel. You're welcome. Babies are just fine when they cross over. They're no longer human,
Okay.
honey. Heather, go for it. You have a question?
I'm gonna be quick. I want to know one, if my mama and my papa reunited in heaven, and two, is my late husband that passed okay with where I'm at now?
Yes. The answer is yes to both of your questions. Everybody is always reunited on the other side, so that's an easy yes. There's no separation on the other side.
Okay.
Only
Well,
humans create separation because humans are
that's what I was
dumb.
unsure of, because like some people said, oh, when you go cross over, you don't connect with other people because you're new. It's some things
Right.
I've heard. So I was just
Okay.
unsure.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know.
Right.
I'm
So
just telling you what the facts are. The facts are that on the other side, everybody is reunited with anyone they loved or were close to, or even in their soul circle. They don't even have to like them.
Oh, well then I've got a lot to look forward to because I've got a lot that I
Yeah,
don't
you're probably
like.
gonna have you're probably gonna have a whole party over there.
Well, thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a good night.
Can't do any more readings. I'm pretty tired for the night, you guys. But if you have a question, Brianna, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
Go for it.
So I don't know if you're even able to tell me this, but I have my grandmother was kind of spiritual, and so I had experiences as a kid, and I blocked it away because it terrified me. Sorry, kind of makes me want to cry. But I've recently, after a lot of stuff I've been through, have come to it again. So I guess
Yeah, I
like
bet you do, because the indigenous revolution is happening right now.
So I guess I just don't know how to like keep allowing myself to not think. Like I feel like I'm blocking it still, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I offer coaching, but I'm gonna tell you, Brianna, that right away I get the indigenous. You must have indigenous ancestors around you.
On my grandfather's side, yeah.
So and I can feel them, and because I'm we'll just say I'm strongly connected to the indigenous people. Okay. And essentially there's a revolution going on right now for all of the indigenous people to turn back to their ways.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to go back to your tribe and learn the ways, and those insecurities will go away. Okay. That's what you need to do.
I think
But
the
we can
hardest
do
thing
coaching if you want to talk about it more if you need.
Okay. Yeah, I just had a hard time because all my grandparents have passed, so we don't have a way to prove our heritage, I guess. So, and none of my
Well, you can
family
get a
has
blood
any-
test. You can get a blood test and find out what tribe, right? You know what tribe you are?
It is said that we were Choctaw, but I'm not sure because no one in my family like accepted it that we were, I guess. Because like half of
but
my
what I
family
would do is
did.
I would just go back to the Choctaw tribe and tell them that you're pretty sure you were Choctaw, and then ask for any elder there.
Okay.
And I don't know, is there a reservation for the Choctaw? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's in
You
near
might have to go to the reservation, but you may also find some other elders that are maybe not necessarily on the reservation. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It doesn't have to be your blood. It just needs to be someone in the tribe. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Allison, go for it. You have a question?
Yes, hi. Thank you, Hollis. My question is, I got diagnosed with lupus when it was too late when I was really young, and it's been gnarly in my whole life ever since then. A lot of craziness, kidney transplants, cancer. Was this something that was part of my plan? I think it is, but I've also been told that it's trauma that causes autoimmune diseases.
Yeah, but trauma is part of our experience too, if that makes sense. Like some of us are supposed to receive trauma in order to transform it and transform through it. So what I'm getting is that it would be, I could go into more depth in I would suggest an astrology reading for you.
Okay. I don't know my time of birth.
That's okay.
I know it was around
Do you
6
know?
in Kenya, so it was.
It was what? Around 6 in the morning?
Yeah, so I was able 6 at night. I was able to Google what time the sunset was. My mom said I was born during the sunset. So is that accurate enough?
Yeah, we'll do something. You'll need we'll do something called rectification, and then we'll hone in on that time. But I can still look at a lot of other things that won't be affected by the time so much. That will tell us about what you're supposed to get from this. Like sometimes I feel like when we're sick, like I don't know about you, but I've had some health. I know you've had some health problems, and I've had some health problems. But I don't know about you, but this is what goes through my head. Why the fuck am I going through this? Really? Why do I have to suffer? Really? Why is this happening? Okay. And we'll be able to answer that question. What am I supposed to learn from this? How is this to make me a bigger person? Right?
Yeah.
So Yvonne is saying it's usually on your birth certificate, but were you in Africa or something, you said?
Yeah,
Kenya?
yeah, Kenya, Nairobi in the 70s, no time on the birth certificate. Just thankfully my mom did the sunset.
Yeah, so
And I have
oh
a
man.
twin and we're completely opposite. So that's part of why I have never paid attention to horoscopes for myself. So I'm like, we're so opposite. But then again, we're 5 minutes apart. So
No, no. I can tell you, I do twins readings. I can tell
okay.
you why you and your twin are different. Twins are
Okay.
supposed to be that way. You usually one takes the light and the other takes the shadow, and it also has to do with the seconds of the planet. So it's also helpful if I do know if we do figure out the time. So if we know that she was like 5 minute difference, then we'll
Mhm.
just like do it either 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after, and we'll look at the seconds, and then that's really what tells us. Mhm.
Rad. Okay.
It's about the degrees and the seconds,
Okay.
especially
Thank
if the
you.
moon moves a degree. You're welcome.
Okay.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Right on. Thank you.
all right. You're welcome, Elsa. You just had to find the right astrologer.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
And
You'll
I
be
did.
fine. Yeah, because astrology. Yeah, you found them now. But astrology will answer. Astrology is the map to your life. Everybody, this is everybody. Astrology is the map to your life, man. And if you can you imagine driving across the country or driving anywhere without consulting a map if you didn't know where you were going? You should consult your map. Okay? Always consult your map. You should consult your map once a year. In fact, Jennifer, if you want me to consult the map, I can look at your map too about that whole legal thing. Yep. I studied the legal part of astrology too for my son, so I don't mind sharing, looking for you too. Okay, look at your
Yes.
chart and the person that passed chart, and we'll take a look at the astrology and see if that also gives us some answers. It should give us some answers. Astrology is really powerful for really solid, good answers. Um, maybe maybe you guys will catch one of my times. I go live in our sister group, Mystical Connections, and I do live free mini astrology readings. You just put your birthday and your stuff in there, and you give me your chart, and then I quickly look at it and read it. Okay, so you'll have to catch that. I just did one last week, so I'll probably do another one in a couple weeks. But the group is called Mystical Connections. If you search in the mediums group at the top, if you in the little search box, if you put Mystical Connections, you'll probably find it because I share it occasionally and say this is our sister group, Mystical Connections. A lot of the mediums that are also like astrologers or tarot readers or whatever, we also have this other group we've created that we're building. Okay, so you're welcome to come join us over there. We'd love to have you, especially if you're interested in something beyond mediumship. Okay, and I do mediumship, astrology, or a death reading, a death chart, where I look at the chart of the person that has passed and I help you understand the passing. Okay, so I help you get the bigger picture of it. But it is now time for me to eat and take a break. My guides are like, you did a great job, Hollis. You can't read for everybody, even though you would want to, because I do. I want to make sure every single person in here gets a little reading, but I just can't. And I just run out of energy eventually. And now you know why our apprentices run out of energy too. We all run out of energy. So I just remember that you are here for a reason. Every single person is here for a reason. We all have something we have to do. And we're all very important people, every single one of us. Nothing, no matter what challenges or whatever you have going on in your life, just know that. Okay? Know that you're meant to be here. No matter how hard it gets. Okay? All right. Big love to all of you. Big hugs. Please give some love to yourself and to the people around you. Love is what makes the world go round. That's how we will find peace. Pray for some peace on earth, you guys. This whole war thing scares me a little bit, okay? Yeah. And I'm a psychic. Okay? So if I'm a psychic and I'm worried, okay? Potential is there. From an astrology perspective, Leslie, I just muted you because your family likes to talk to electronic. I'm just gonna say the astrology is there. for a potential civil war and world war. Okay. So let's all pray for some peace. Maybe if we all get together and pray for some peace and hope that Putin doesn't do something stupid. And please vote. Okay. All right. Big love to all of you. Peace to all of you. I love you all. I promise I love you. Just because you're a human. If people can hate for no reason, I can love for no reason. All right. Peace out.
Thank you.